Hey everybody, it's Jasmine and welcome to my last video of 2020. Today I wanted to do a wrap up of my 2020 project pan, and during this year I decided to pan 20 different items. So I wanted to go ahead and talk in depth about all of the items that I went through. I did do a half a year check-in, so I am going to mention the other products that I slid in during the middle of the year as well and see how those are doing. Looking at the video that I filmed in the middle of the year, here are the things that I did finish in that video. I finished the Touch in Sol No Poreblem Primer, which is my holy grail, the Fenty Beauty Pro Filtr Primer. I didn't care about that. It also ended up breaking me out. The Shiseido Synchro Skin Lasting Foundation in the shade Golden Beige. That was a really good foundation, but they ended up discontinuing it. ShopMissA Satin Foundation in the shade Pure Beige, a good basic lightweight foundation. Catrice HD Liquid Foundation in the shade Golden Beige. That one is like my favorite drugstore foundation, I would have to say, #1 favorite. Catrice Sun Lover Bronzer in Sunkissed Bronze. I think that one is my holy grail bronzer as well. Makeup Revolution Bacon Blot Powder in the shade Banana. That one was not my favorite. I kind of felt like that just didn't want to die at all. It was just your mediocre powder. It didn't really do anything as far as coverage. Sometimes it would actually mess up the foundation underneath. Wasn't that great. I ended up throwing out the Shiseido Aura Dew in the shade Solar simply because it dried out and it fell out the pot and it fell into a web of spider webs. So I just decided, you know what, it's done. The Ulta Beauty Gel Eyeliner in the shade Black. That one was horrible. The Jordana Easy Liner for Lips in the shade Coco Loco. It was a basic retractable lip liner. And then I ended up throwing out the Jeffree Star Velour Liquid Lipstick in the shade Celebrity Skin because it was expired. So in that video, I gave you a total of 11 empties. So now I have my 9 products to just talk about that I have left for my 2020 empties. This was a recent finish, but I finished the Pure 4-in-1 Love Your Selfie Foundation in the shade MG3. This is my backup. I already threw out my old container, but this foundation is probably my 2020 holy grail foundation. I fell in love with the formula. Even though it lasted me so freaking long, I honestly didn't want it to end. It just felt so amazing on the skin. There's so many benefits. 100 shades. Let me read you the benefits. It has blue light defense. It protects against air pollution. It's part of the blue zone. It's cruelty-free, gluten-free, and vegan-friendly, and it's around $35. So relatively affordable for a beautiful foundation that has both a pump and a doe foot applicator inside. And I just love the fact that this literally makes my skin look amazing all day long. I'm gonna call this an empty. I'm gonna call it a pan because honestly, this has a good 5 uses left and then it's completely done. This is the Too Faced Milk Chocolate Soleil Bronzer. This one definitely took me a long time to finish. I got this when I turned 18. I am about to be 23. So it took me a very, very long time to get to this point, but I did end up repressing it into the pan and I ended up hitting pan with that repress. So you know what, I'm gonna call it done. Of course I'm gonna finish it and of course you're gonna see it in an empties video, but I think as far as 2020 is concerned, I'm gonna say that this one was a success because we got so far. Now, to reiterate myself from the beginning of 2020, I knew I wasn't going to hit pan on these. My goal was to just use them more and to use it as much as possible because, as a matter of fact, blushes are the hardest for me to pan out of all of my products. I genuinely feel like they never really get panned, and as a matter of fact, in my life I have only panned 2 blushes, and that is MAC Trace Gold and the Wet n Wild Apricot in the middle, and those were it. So the blushes that I will be talking about are from Catrice, and they are Miss Summer Peach and Miss Amber Brown. I love this formula. It makes the cheeks have this nice satin glow to it. It lasts a really long time on the skin, and it's definitely buildable, but you don't get too crazy when you build it up, which is really nice. So I did hit a pretty nice dent in both of these. I use these pretty much daily and I didn't feel tired when I ran through it. Can it focus, please? I love the mosaic design on these blushes. I definitely feel like they are worth the money. I just feel like they make your skin look like you're naturally flushed. It doesn't seem like your skin is just Neapolitan-y, like, you know how it's like bronzer, blush, and highlight. It literally blends into the skin really beautifully. So I really like these, and I definitely am going to continue using it in 2021, even if I pan it or not. Again, my journey with these blushes in particular was to just use them more and to see how far I could get. This is another item that I felt like I knew I wasn't gonna fully use up, which was fine. I just wanted to pan a highlighter, and I ended up panning my Fenty Beauty Kilowatt Highlighter in Mean Money and Hustla Baby. So this side was Mean Money and this side was Hustla Baby. And as you see, I hit pan on both sides. I hit pan more on Mean Money because it was more of like a subtle highlight, and then Hustla Baby is more of like your beaming highlight. And you know, I feel like this is pretty good. I am very proud of my progress with this, but I do have to say, although I love the color on my skin, I got a little tired of it, and I felt like during the past like 3 months of 2020, I just ignored this highlighter because I was sick of it and I wanted to use my other highlighters. So unfortunately, I did get tired of it, but at the same time, I'm very happy with where it is right now because it just makes it feel like I'm getting more for my money. Here is a product that I am also going to just consider done because I feel like it's really hard for me to get full opacity in my brows at this point. This is my Anastasia Dip Brow Gel in the shade Dark Brown. And as you see, the sides are super thin. You can still see some pigment on the sides, but they barely pick up on the brush. Same with the cap here. It is so thin. And you know what? I am content with this. I am happy that I finished a full tub of Dip Brow. That is a lot of product, and you know, I've had this one again since I was like 17. Was I 17 or did I buy it for my 18th birthday? One of those two. I honestly cannot remember, but you know what? I'm just happy she's gone. I'm actually upset at myself that I didn't fully run out of this product, but at the same time, a little bit went a very long way, so I'm gonna give myself the benefit of the doubt. It's the Wet n Wild Brow Powder Duo in the shade Ash Brown. I love this product. Like, I just think it's so superior. I've tried so many other brow powders and I just feel like I end up throwing them away because this is better in formula. So I did pan the two brow shades, the lighter brown as well as the darker brown. I do not like the wax that is on top there, so I just don't use it. But these are really good brow powders. I just feel like my brows look so freaking amazing all day long. I don't even have to really struggle with blending the colors together. It's so effortless, it's so inexpensive, and it's just beautiful to work with. So I am, you know, happy that I still do have a little bit of product, but again, a little upset that I actually didn't finish this entirely. But you know what? We're gonna say that I did a good job. Similar to the blush, I knew I wasn't going to finish this product. I just wanted to use it more because it was a discontinued item and I just felt like I just needed to use it before it expired, and that is my ColourPop You Had Me at Hello palette. The two shades that I did end up hitting pan on were these two. They were the nudes, and I feel like although I am using it almost daily, I still feel like there's a lot of product still in the pans, especially towards the perimeter, which is fine. It's okay. More of the mattes in the palette, like that purple you see, you do see indents, which is nice. That was my goal ultimately, to at least make indents in the other shades. So that was great to see in the end here, but you know, I'm kind of sad again that this is discontinued because this is such a beautiful palette, and I just feel like ColourPop has been coming out with a lot of palettes very similar in color scheme to this one, but they just don't hit it right for me. I don't know if it's just me, but I genuinely feel like ColourPop discontinues palettes and then releases new palettes with like a similar color scheme, but like a diet version. I don't want a diet You Had Me at Hello. I want the You Had Me at Hello. I want a new one, like a brand new manufactured one. I am so passionate about this palette because it's literally the perfect palette between nude and purple. It's so beautiful, and it has a mirror inside. Stop it. And the last product that we have is MAC Naturally Transformed. If you know anything about me, you have to know that this is my holy grail lipstick. It's also discontinued, and you also have to know that I'm a very crusty person. That's all you really need to know about me. And I just feel like, yeah, I went through a lot of it. I am getting down to the point where my lip is touching this plastic bit down there, but honestly, I do have a few more uses of this. I did stop using it during fall because I was actually getting into more red lipsticks, which I will get into because I want to also talk about my autumn project pans as well to just continue on with this video. So I did stop using it temporarily during fall, but honestly, it's still my favorite. I'm trying not to use a whole bunch of it because it is discontinued and it is my holy grail nude lipstick. If I am wearing a nude, more likely it is MAC. So the products that I added in during fall were the ShopMissA Aqua Primer, which I have here, as well as the NYX Pore Filler Primer, Too Faced Born This Way Foundation, Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Light Medium, which I did finish. Very happy about that. The ColourPop Loose Translucent Powder, which I did finish. The ColourPop Liquid Eyeliners, which I did end up finishing as well. ShopMissA Perfect Blush in Auburn. This was the same goal as the other blushes, just to use it more. Touch in Sol Velvet Lipstick in the shade Portland Brick, and these two eyeshadow palettes, which were the Alter Ego Sahara, as well as Jackie Aina from ABH. So of my autumn video, I ended up using a total of, I believe, 5 products because I ended up using 3 ColourPop liners and then the ColourPop powder and then the Tarte Shape Tape. So that was a good amount. So I am going to talk about these other products. Now, the Aqua Primer literally has like 2 more uses. Like, I feel it's so low. I'm kind of upset that I didn't end up finishing it before this video, but it's fine. I'm not gonna blame myself. Same with the NYX Pore Filler Primer. I only have a little bit. If I hold it up to the light, I only have this amount of product left in the bottle. So I am literally almost done. By the time my second empties or my next seasonal empties come around, I am going to show these in there because it's just so close. I'm deciding to declutter this foundation because ultimately it does not match me. I am very, very light and the shade Golden Beige does not match me any longer, so I just have to declutter it. I know my goal was to mix it with other foundations, but I just don't have any foundations that are lighter than me. I am at my lightest because I haven't been outside. So she's going. And as far as the lipstick and the blush is concerned, I only wanted to use these more during fall because they were fall tones. So, you know, your reddish orange and then your reddish orange blush. During fall, I actually did use a lot of the Sahara palette. I feel like you can see a lot of dents in it, which is nice to note. I feel like the mattes in here blend effortlessly, so smooth. This is my favorite palette out of Alter Ego's variety. And if you guys are curious on their other palettes and to see tutorials on them, I do have a playlist called Makeup Palette Series, and I have a tutorial featuring all of their palettes, but ultimately this one is my favorite out of everything. Today's eye look is from the Jackie Aina palette. I actually do have very big dents in this palette here. So I have a big dent in Ginger, Credit, Big Wig, and Soleil down here. I love this palette so much because of its pigment and its blendability. I genuinely feel like this palette blends the best as far as ABH shadows are concerned. I just think that a lot of them age really poorly and they end up being very dry and non-workable during like the end of 1 year. But this palette definitely stood the test of time. It's still one of my all-time favorites, and I'm kind of upset that I don't have a backup, but I'm also trying not to be a hoarder. So that wraps up like the inclusion of products that I did have during the fall season. All in all, I am very happy with my progress that I made in 2020. I only have 6 products that I fully did not go through. I am not including the Too Faced bronzer because she's already almost done. So I am very, very happy with where I got. I used up so many products. During this past year, during quarantine, I have gone through hundreds and hundreds of products. If you guys have seen my empties videos, you guys know I have gone through like probably like a good 400, and I am so incredibly proud of myself. My goal this year was to not spend a lot of money on new launches because I was unemployed. I was unemployed. I was, you know, going through it. And, you know, I felt like I needed to just hone in on what I had during this year and to really get the most of what I had. So I can confidently say that during 2021, I am more willing to spend a little extra money even though I'm still unemployed. I just feel more confident in investing in more of my kit and to show you guys some newer things and to share with you guys new reviews. So I just want to say thank you guys so much. I hope you guys all really enjoyed this video, and I may or may not be doing a 2021 project pan. I don't know. If you guys want me to do a project pan for 2021, let me know so I could start organizing things. But as a matter of fact, I am completed with this video. I am done. This is my final video for 2020. I am so excited to get into the new year and to just continue to manifest good, positive energy. Before I end this video, I want to do like a quick recap of 2020 because it was just so incredibly crazy, and I genuinely felt like I hit my lowest low in 2020. I hit it multiple times, which was really, really tough, and I didn't know if I was gonna make it through or not. It's really difficult when you deal with depression, anxiety, suicidal thoughts. It's really, really difficult, and sometimes it's hard to see your worth, and it's hard to just reflect on what you have accomplished. But I think more than ever, these past couple of months in particular have been really influential for me, and I have honestly been taking a lot of advice from you guys. You guys are the real influencers here, and I have definitely been able to see the work that I put in, and I have been getting into a lot of healing. And even though there are some days where I wake up and I'm just like, I don't even belong here, I just want to say thank you to just random messages and just the positive energy that you guys give me, because it's been hard. It's been really tough on me, and it's just amazing to have people who care. And it's hard for me to talk about because there are a lot of days where I feel like no one cares, and this is like the one place that I feel like I can be me and where I could actually have friends who can talk to me as if like I'm there with you. It's the best feeling ever, and I'm like extremely grateful. And you hear YouTubers say all the time that they're so grateful for their followers, but like I genuinely am, because there's so much that goes on behind cameras and behind closed doors that I don't open up about and that I'm afraid to open up about. But I feel like even though I don't mention those things, like I feel like you guys all get it. And it's the one thing I'm just so incredibly grateful for, because like people in my normal like everyday life, they don't get it, and they tell me straight to my face that they don't understand, and you feel so alone when you hear that. So I am incredibly grateful, and I just hope that you guys know that. So I'm gonna go before these tears run down, because these are some expensive lashes and I am not gonna ruin them. No, that's my reason to not cry. I'm not gonna ruin these lashes. So thank you guys so much for watching this video, and I appreciate you all, and I will see you guys in 2021. Bye. Peace out, Girl Scouts.